What's up guys, Big Niles 007 here, bringing you guys some Battlefield 3 gameplay. I'm running the SG553, playing on those B2K maps, because everybody loves back to car can, right? I'm not the only one, I know for sure. I honestly believe that back to car can was one of the best map packs to come out for Battlefield 3. But anyways guys, the winner for Breaking Point Episode 3 is the Daniel Defense MK18. And that gun won by a landslide, even though there was only 3 votes. Guys, I need you to vote. The series depends on it. Because with all 3 votes that were counted, 2 of those were for the MK18 and 1 of them was for the G36. But anyways guys, like I'm saying, we really need you guys to vote. Well, I really need you guys to vote for this series to work out the way I wanted to and whatnot. But I'm done bitching. And on to more important things, like the PlayStation 4 and the sequel, well, the quadruple, I don't know what you want to call it, but the sequel to Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. The game is coming out in a minute. It's coming out probably, I would have to say, around October, because Battlefield always comes out before Call of Duty, and Call of Duty comes out in November, so this game is definitely going to drop around October. If I had to guess, I would say it's in the 20s somewhere, like probably October 23rd or 24th, whatever Tuesday it falls on. Because if you noticed, all video games come out on Tuesday. And if you don't know why, then, you know, leave a comment saying you don't know why or you want to know why, and I'll make a video talking about why video games come out on Tuesdays. Like all the important video games come out on Tuesday. Like the Sly Cooper game that just came out a couple days ago, that came out on Tuesday. I think it was the 5th was the day it came out on. I'm pretty sure it was. But anyways guys, on to those the PS4 rumors that are going around. There's a lot of stuff that's been floating around because the PS4 is most likely going to be announced on the 20th of February. And it's epic. If you've seen the trailer, they got all these new PlayStation symbols floating around, and it's all blue and stuff. But you know, it's definitely. I'm thinking that whole trailer was a trailer for that PS4 that's gonna come out soon. Well, this year apparently. Hopefully, I'm hoping it comes out this year. But there's been a stat leak, people. There has been stat leak on Kotaku. Some people have been talking about it, not too many, because YouTube is mostly Xbox players, and I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about that. But the PS4 stats that got leaked were that the PS4 is supposed to have 8 gigabytes of video RAM, 2.2 gigabytes of GPU memory, 4 dual core bulldozers. And it says that this is nonsensical as written, but presumably refers to BD's dual module design. And the GPU is an AMD R10XX, aka GCN, aka the Radeon HD 7000 family. But those stats sound pretty damn legit if you ask me. And it just seems like the PlayStation 3 is supposed to have some really like crazy ability wise. Like if you've played, I'm going to talk a little about Battlefield 4 right now, so you can get kind of a perspective on what the PS4 is capable of as of these stats or specs or whatever. So Battlefield 3 ran Frostbite 2, and the game ran at 30 frames per second. On PlayStation 3, this game looks amazing. It runs at 30 frames per second, and it runs with Frostbite 2 engine. But how much of the Frostbite 2 engine is the PS3 capable of handling? About 30% of it. 20 to 30% of the Frostbite 2 engine's capabilities are used in Battlefield 3. Now, on the PlayStation 3, the Battlefield 3 also has 12v12 24-player online, which is a lot of people. Not that many if you're talking about computer, but you know, that's a pretty decent amount of people playing TDM or any game mode in a first-person shooter on console. Now, when you play it on computer, it's 32v32 players online. And correct me if I'm wrong on that. on the PlayStation 3 specs for the like how many players it is. I'm pretty sure it's 12v12. If not, it's 24v24, but I'm pretty sure it's 12v12. But the PS4 will be capable of running Battlefield 4 using 80% of the Frostbite 2 engine, which means this game is going to look beyond sick. And then on top of that, it's going to be able to manage a 64-player online. That's 32 players on each team. And that's what they play on like computers. So whenever you see those Battlefield gameplays on like anyone like Pwn Star's channel or In the Works, you know, and they're playing Conquest and there's like 8 flags and you're like, how do they have that many flags? Because there's 64 players and they expand the map so it's much bigger, and you know, there's more room on the maps. Like for example, if you were playing on Strike at Karkan, I believe the map is, when you're playing on PS3, there's only 5 flags, and that's a lot of flags for console. But when you're playing on computer, there's like 7 or 8 because they actually expand the map to the area that's on the other side of the river that you only see playing Rush on console. But that's pretty much like what they're gonna be doing with Battlefield 4. You know, it's gonna look amazing because they're gonna be able to run Frostbite, more Frostbite, and it's gonna be able to run 64 players online, and that is crazy. And the specs that I did give you guys were from the dev kit that got leaked and whatnot, and more stuff about it. It's going to include 160 gigabytes of RAM, not RAM, 160 gigabytes HDD like memory, like how much storage space you'll have. Because if you saw my video that was a reply to Clip 9040's video, I talked about how gaming systems were trying to get away from, you know, having all the games be able to buy used and whatnot. But they're trying to, I guess they're giving us that much memory because I've heard rumors about the PS4 being like a mostly download based system. If you don't know what that is, like, and you don't play computer games, it'll kind of be like a Steam type thing where, you know, when you buy Steam games off Steam, there's no disc involved. It's a downloadable game. You download the game and you play it. And that's why I think they're giving you so much memory, because they're trying to get away from people buying discs and getting more into the downloading of games. Because if you check the PSN store and stuff like that, and the Xbox 360 store, you can, or Xbox Marketplace, whatever you call it, that you can pretty much not leave your house and buy all the games you want, because they have, you know, Madden and Black Ops and Battlefield. You know, you could buy the games online through the PSN store without having to worry about, you know, going to the store or, you know, whatever other issues. But I think that's what they're really trying to go for, because they're having a lot of memory, and then that rumor floating around about them trying to get rid of that. But it also has 4 USB 3.0 ports, and it does have a Blu-ray drive so you can watch your Blu-ray movies. And since it has a Blu-ray drive, I'm pretty sure they're going to still make discs, but I still think they're trying to get away from the whole disc making process. I'd say within maybe the next 1 to 2 generations of systems after the PS4 is released, they're going to try to completely get rid of CDs at all. But it has 4 USB 3.0 ports, 2 Ethernet ports, HDMI and optical output, and 2.0, 5.1, and 7.1 audio channels. And with this PS4, I believe that they are not even going to have component cables with it. Because, you know, PS4 is trying to be like, you know, almighty, you know, best system out on the market, all that jazz. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about the systems. I hope, you know, that the PS4 is completely amazing. I'm definitely going to pick one up. And thank you guys for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe.